Okay. Okay. We are now ready to proceed with one problem, and it's about the distance time problem. Okay. So let's go with the next problem, and the next problem is about these two planes. No? Two planes. Okay. Here's the problem. Two planes leave an airport at the same time, I mean at noon, and then one was flying east and the other one for the opposite direction, west, at a certain speed. And the other plane is having the speed twice of the former. Okay, and if the planes are 2,700 miles apart in 3 hours, then how fast is the slower plane flying? Okay, we'll repeat. Two planes leave an airport at noon. One is flying east at a certain speed, and the other is flying at twice the speed of the former. So if the planes are 2,700 miles apart in 3 hours, then how fast is the slower plane flying? Okay, so that's the idea there, and let's proceed further on how to solve that one. Okay, this is the diagram. In order for this video to be shorter as possible, then we just made the diagram readily for you. Okay, here's the plane 1 and there's the plane 2. Plane 1 is flying east and the other one is flying west. From zero origin, from airport at noon, okay, from here they were able to what? They were able to have a distance. Okay, they were able to have a distance from here. All right, from this distance, after 3 hours, the plane has already traveled a certain distance, d1. Okay, so this is d1, right? And after the same time, the other plane has flown with another distance of d2. Okay, can you follow? Now, looking at it, it is stated in the problem that the plane 2, all right, the other plane is flying twice the speed of the former. So let's consider the plane east as the former. Okay, for you to consider this the former plane, and this one former, and the other one is the latter. Okay, so that's expected. So the west is already having the speed, no, twice the speed of the former. So we will indicate the speed of the plane 1 to be east 1. Okay, that's the speed of the plane 1, and we will also indicate the speed of the plane 2 as east 2. But again, as the problem stated, that east 2, or the speed of the second plane, is twice the speed of the first plane, meaning 2 times is 1. Can you follow? Okay, let's change the color so that you will be able to follow this. Okay, so here's this one. Okay, is 2. Repeat. Where's it? It's lost. Okay, here's it. Is 2 is equals to what? Okay, it's still processing. Is 2 is now having a speed twice of the speed of the plane 1, or of the first. No, it's not the first plane, but they are leaving at the same time, no? So two planes in the airport are leaving at noon. Sabay-sabay silang umalis sa airport, at saka they are now traveling in the opposite direction kasi east and west. But nasabi kong opposite direction, Kasi yung isa papuntang east, yung isa papuntang west. So they are in the opposite direction. Can you follow? Can you follow? Okay, if you have some questions, just email us, or just not necessarily email us, but if paki-post mo lang sa Facebook, okay? Lagay mo lang sa Facebook nyo ang pwede nyong itanong. Okay? So, can you follow? Let's proceed. Now, titingnan natin ngayon yung general formula ng distance. Yung distance, actually, D is equals to S times T. Alright? That means that the distance is always equal to the product of the speed and the time. Okay? So, let's consider with distance. Do you know that the distance, the total distance between the planes after 2 hours, not after 2 hours, after 3 hours, the total distance of the two planes two planes is equals to what? The distance of the first plane, right? The distance of the first plane from the origin plus the distance of the second plane. Okay? Can you follow? Okay. So let's make first the formula of for the plane 1. Let's consider first the plane 1. So for plane 1, or for first plane, for the east plane, sabihin na lang natin east kasi baka mailito kayo. East plane, mayroon siyang D1 times speed 1 times how many hours from that point, from the airport? It's 3 hours. Okay, so in other words, it is now equal to what? Okay, it's now equals to 3. By the way, it's not times. Okay, it is equals is 1 times 3. That's equals to 3 is 1. Can you follow? Okay, now D2, after that we can also solve for D2. Okay, here's the distance. Let's consider D2. As you can see also that D2 is equals to, again, it is speed times time. So what is the speed now for D2? It is 2, right? Right? Times, what's the time? It's T2. The time of T2 is, of course, we know that T2 from the airport, because the distance that is considered is not from the plane to the second plane, but it's from the point of origin, which is actually the airport. So the time that it has reached for certain distance D2, okay, is already D2 with the speed T2, and the time that it took from it to that point is already what? 3 hours. Can you follow? Still, can you follow? Okay. Now D2, well, how is that? D2 could then be expressed in terms of S1. Why? What is S2? S2, as you can see here, okay, this one, S2 is equals to 2, right? Equals to 2 times S1, right? And that's the value of your S2. By the way, yes, times T2. What is T2? Is 3 hours. So times 3. That is equals to, if you multiply that further, it will become this one. 3 times 2. Magiging ano yan? 6. 6 times is 1, or 6 is 1. We'll call it 6 is 1. So you'll have here D2 in terms of this one as 6 is 1. Correct? Okay. Now, what is the total distance? As mentioned here, in the problem that the distance from plane, okay, the distance from that plane to the next plane after 3 hours is already how many miles? Okay, how many miles na ba? It's actually 2,700, meaning the 2,700 is actually the D1, the total of the plane, that the distance traveled by the plane 1 from the airport and the plane 2 from the airport, which is equals to D1 plus D2. Can you follow? Okay, can you follow? So let's proceed. So we have to substitute in here that the value of D2, this one, and the value of D1 is substitute natin dito sa planes na ito. Okay? Actually, nagkamali na ng spelling tayo dito, ha. Pabayaan mo na lang. Okay? So yun ang total distance. So again, let's say that the total distance D, the 2,700, is equals to D1 plus D2. And for that to happen, therefore, further, let's rewrite it here, no? D which is a 2,700 equals the distance one. The distance one in terms of this one is 3 is 1. All right, and the distance added to the distance D2, see D2 is equals to 6 is 1. Okay, and that's equals to 2,700. So this is what we call the first equation, the first equation that we have established, and we call that as an equation 1. Okay, but equation 1 is already having one variable is 1, so you can now solve now for is 1. So for this you have what's this, 2,700 equals 3 plus 6, it's naging siyang 9 is 1, 9 is 1 na yan. So solving further for is 1, okay, the speed of first plane is 1, is magiging ano yan, 2,700 divided by 9, and that is further equals to is 1 is equals to 300 miles per hour. Okay, 300 miles per hour. Okay, 300 miles per hour. If ever, sana you can follow this, no? So therefore, since the question is on the question asked here is only how fast is this lower plane, so slower talaga yung plane going east, and we have already solved that the speed of the slower plane is 1. Okay, is ito na lang, ito muna. Let's have to first is 1. Okay, so is 1 is equals to what? Is 1 is equals to 300 miles per hour, kasi they're what that time after 3 hours. So in terms of hours, right, in terms of hours, 3 hours, and we have this one, so 300 miles per hour. So wag yung kumpiyansa, wag yung magkumpiyansa diyan, delikado, mawala yung ano din. Okay, so that's 300 miles per hour, and then also this one, and you have that. So you can see that the speed of the plane is 1, or the first plane is 300 miles per hour. Okay, do you have some more questions or whatever? Just PM us in our Facebook, but to learn more about this and to some other problems, related problems that is mostly coming out in the examination, please visit to our site, and our site is this one, no, helpmetopast.weebly.com. Okay, till next, God bless and bye bye.